Well, interesting. Dude, I ordered some books. Um,
Oh yeah?
yeah. Uh,
What kind of
I
books, dog?
uh, did you know? Okay, so the Count Dante guy, who in like the '60s was like the guy who was like, I know the dim mak,
Oh, okay, yeah,
and
yeah.
he like apparently would like put ads in the back of like comic books and shit. So this was, I was learning a lot recently about kind of the history of martial arts in the United States,
Okay.
because it wasn't until like the 50s or 60s that Americans were like karate,
Okay.
like,
Yeah, that makes
ooh,
sense.
and so there started to be a real like surge of people being interested in martial arts in the United States. And at that time there was a guy who like changed his name to Count Dante, something very like strange dude. He also did hair. He was like a hairdresser, but
Whoa.
apparently uh, an actual type, like some type of black belt,
Okay.
allegedly. Um,
The blackness of his belt couldn't be denied.
yes,
Yeah.
but apparently when he kind of found out that he's like, oh, I can get like semi famous here by feeding into this frenzy.
Okay.
That's when he like wrote this whole like, I know the dim mak. It's like the something 29 deadly dances or some shit. He like wrote all like a pamphlet about it. I found the fucking pamphlet online, of
Whoa.
him, and it's got like pictures of him, and it's so funny because it just goes over like 1,000 different like face strikes, like
Whoa.
having like your palm up and like getting them under like onto the neck under their jawline, and then like hitting them, like it's got like in like Kill Bill, the whole like like the whole wuxia
Uh-huh.
kung fu, like freezing people's bodies. He
Yeah.
like was like showing certain hand movements for it and shit. It's like all in this funny pamphlet. You can buy, I'm not sure if it's like an original pressing, but it's like essentially identical to what you would get if you had like written into his ads, like the deadliest man on earth teaches you karate type of shit.
Whoa.
Just send in a letter with $5 and we'll send you a pamphlet. But like there's like you can like buy essentially what the original pamphlet was, and so but reputable places it's like $55 or something. I was like, lame. But I
Mm.
found a PDF of it. Anyways, he was kind of like the beginning of bullshit karate places in the United States, I
Okay.
think, or
The
at least the most,
McDojo.
yeah, the most famous, the McDojo.
Yeah.
People keep calling it bullshido.
Bullshit.
That's a term I'm learning from this little world online, because there's like YouTube videos about it that people have gone over a lot of it, and it's wild shit.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Is this the guy that said he like he learned it from the guy that killed the
Bruce
allegedly
Lee
like
or some
killed Bruce
shit. I'm
Lee?
not sure.
Okay.
But some people did claim that.
Okay.
Um, that yeah, that Bruce Lee was killed by one of those like those pressure point strikes
It was like on
that's,
purpose. Yeah.
but it like it lets you live for a couple months or some
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, there's like a timing on it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, some guys like really fed into that. And so there's another guy that came after named Ashita Kim who's still alive. Um, and he has written like 100 books about like the ninja. So apparently
Whoa.
his special kind of thing is like, I use martial arts like a traditional ninja would or whatever. So he's like, I
What?
legit can be invisible. And he said he learned the ninja art of like meditation, and there's a video demonstration of him doing it, and it
Mhm.
is so fucking funny. Some guy
Wow.
has a hula hoop, and he like tries to make it look like he's like going around because he's in like the lotus position or
Uh
whatever,
huh.
and he's like doing the fucking meditation thing like lotus. And he like just starts lifting up the front of his knees, like his legs,
Uh
and
huh.
just like holding them off the ground as he's like closing his eyes and like sitting there, and his like ass is still clearly firmly planted on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
some guy gets like a hula hoop and starts like moving it around him, but he'll like get to where the bottom would just touch the guy's ass, and then he would rotate it 360 like the around, and so it never passed all the way under him.
To
But
try to say that he's like
should try to be like
levitating.
he's legit levitating. Look, I just moved a hula hoop under him, but he
What
never
the
moves it
fuck?
under him. It's so he like has videos and shit too, because he's still got a website that's active and shit.
It is unreal that these motherfuckers can like make a lot of money and convince a lot of like grown ass adults
I
that
think,
they know what they're talking about without ever laying a finger on anyone to
yeah,
have to prove
because
it. You know
that
what I
guy,
mean?
the Count Dante guy, he started the Black Dragon Fighting Society. Which I think may have splintered now because a bunch of them didn't claim Ashita Kim because a bunch of dudes stayed keeping the society alive, and they were like, no, Ashita Kim's he's a fraud. You know?
Yeah, he's the fraud,
I guess. And that's the other thing is that some people legit were like, yeah, he got into a bunch of stupid bullshit later in life, but initially he was a black belt. Like Count Dante. The cool thing about him is that he did hold. Or was responsible for getting the first full contact karate tournaments started in the United States. He hosted them,
cool.
I guess. So I think there's more evidence that guy maybe could actually fight, or at least knew karate in the sense that as a fighting system.
Yeah.
But this Ashita Kim guy, I'm not so sure.
Okay.
But he's got a shit list on his website of people that it's on site. It's so funny. And
whoa.
Anyways, he's written a bunch of books since the 70s.
Online, he posted a thing where he was like, "These are people I will fight if I
legit."
Ever see
he's
them.
got it's just fuck all of these. All these people have wronged me. It's fucking wild, dude. His website looks like it was made in 1999.
Oh my
it's
God.
crazy. But he has written a bunch of books. I bought them used, so it's not funding him or anything. But thriftbooks.com. Sponsor us.
Thrift books. I buy thrift books all the time about irises. And,
yeah. And so I got one of his first ones. It's The Secret of the Ninja, or The Secret Techniques or something, or some deadly techniques of the ninja and shit. And there's pictures and diagrams and shit. I'm so excited.
That's a lot of good tattoo.
Oh, that's what I was thinking, dude.
Yeah.
I wanted to get an illustration of just every step of the dim mak.
Yeah, that would be sick.
Just hands on face and oh god.
Yeah, I could get that down my back or something.
Yeah, it's just a full step by step tiles. Yeah, I was like that would be fucking incredible to get the full dim mak tattooed.
Yeah, that's really good.
But yeah, I found these fucking books from this guy. Yeah, I got sucked into this for a while. I was just looking at this guy's website. I was like, this guy's fucking crazy. And he's still around.
People who have wronged me.
There's a message board on the website that I might try to become active in. I didn't read it. Maybe there's no one even there. But yeah, he's fucking insane, and apparently still alive, doing weird shit. He wrote smut novels, the amorous adventures of Ashita Kim.
Whoa.
Yeah, erotic adventures. I can't remember. Yeah, but it's he legit just wrote a porn about him being a ninja,
a ninja who fucks.
Yeah, a ninja who fucks, dude. It's
wow.
That would be a fun one to order too.
Yes.
But yeah, I've been really fascinated with bullshit martial arts schools for a minute now. Probably before I even got into legitimate martial arts.
Yeah.
I was like, that is so funny that these guys are just I can turn invisible. And they have students that are I cannot wait to learn.
Yeah, I think it's I think it's not talked about enough how much of that is that level. It's because that just seems like a fun little thing, you know what I mean? That's oh, it's just a fun little kind of wacky thing that makes it sort of weird. It's the whole motivation for a lot of people to participate in it, you know what I mean? No, I want my fist to be iron. I want to be able to break anything I hit with my hand.
Yeah, I would be so cool to chop through a cinder block.
Yes.
And that's I need to know how.
And that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm doing this, is to do that. It's not to be able to defend myself or to
No, they want a superpower or
yes,
yeah.
It is. It's just I'm going to become
they've just randomly at some point they just defined their whole oh, you know what a successful man would be? Someone who can kick through a board.
Yeah.
And that's what they think I'll finally have reached the pinnacle of what I want to become in life if I can do some of these weird. It's just weird when it gets extra mystical, the guy the no touch knockouts and shit where they legit I can just focus my chi and you know or people run up and try and attack them and they just get stunned and fall to the ground. People there are seminars that people go to see that shit, and we kind of talked about how you had found one of the bullshit gyms here.
I went to a demonstration. Yeah.
But it's people are seeing that shit and being I believe it. Yeah, this is totally feasible.
Dude, my dad was all in when I was growing up. It was crazy. He was going to.
Didn't you guys learn actual striking though too?
Yeah, but we did. But the adults were always learning these choreographed forms, they called them, where it's just like it's like a choreographed thing that you do. They're like, what if they come at you like this, or what if they come at you like this, and then it's like you have a whole thing, like a routine you do. Yeah, I got that like nunchuck patch by doing a routine with nunchucks. It was just like a dance.
Dude, do you have that patch on a gi still then?
It's not on a gi. It's just I don't
You
have
just
it
have
sewed
it?
on anything yet.
Dude, you gotta put that shit on
I might
like a
put it on my
jacket,
denim.
dude.
I'm probably put it on my denim jacket.
Yes.
Yeah.
On the arm.
Yeah.
It looks yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Because that's sick as fuck, dude. That you're like, no, yeah, I can. Someone watched me do a nunchuck routine, and
Look, I could still use them. You know,
I've seen it, dude.
Yeah, but
do you?
I got like 4 pair in there.
Do you? Because you have to practice hitting things, right? Do you hit a heavy bag with them?
I have practiced that, but like a lot of people
because that's the only way to know like
what happens.
This is gonna
when
bounce.
It hits.
Yeah, it's gonna feel like when it hits something.
No, I used to practice that a lot. Practice like hitting shit. I would practice hitting bob.
Really?
The bob we had all the time with them. Yeah.
Damn.
Just like get
so
a
you
sense
legit
of like,
could fuck someone up with nunchucks.
Yeah, I could like use it and not hurt myself.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, like I could like hit someone with one in a way that doesn't hurt me.
Yeah. Because that's I would be like, I would hit myself in the fucking face.
You know, it's all on the wrist. Yeah, like you have to learn how to like at what point to like flick your wrist and like where to move your stealth after and shit like that.
Because it's gonna like bounce around and shit, especially if it hits something.
Yeah. Or like those graphite ones. If you fucking hit someone in the dome with those, it would kill them. Like they're hard. I think it's graphite. I don't know.
Yeah. Can you walk around with them? Can you open carry nunchucks? Just imagine you just see a guy and he's got like a normal outfit, but he does have like the belt from McGee and just nunchucks just
like looped over it.
Yeah, just looped into it.
That would be so sick.
Dude, I want to learn. I want to learn nunchucks. That'd be fucking sick. That's a legit weapon.
I got some padded ones that are soft that if you hit yourself, it doesn't hurt so bad.
Hell yeah.
And then they got the real ones.
Also,
I got some made of wood.
That video was it Enter the Dragon?
Yeah, that's sick.
That
iconic.
The weapons scene. We watched that recently. Walk us through that a little bit. For the sake of the viewers, because I had never seen this. I've still never seen all of Enter the Dragon. Maybe I should watch that.
We should watch it. Maybe after this we could throw it on.
Perfect. Yeah.
It's incredible. But yeah, no, it's very like it has a lot of like cinematic value, but also it's like I think it is one of the best like series of weapon, you know what I mean, like exhibition, because a lot of these movies for people who are sort of like who like view their martial arts like an art, you know what I mean, it's like an opportunity to like demonstrate, like Tony Shaw would do it with like Ong Bak and stuff like that. It was all like an exhibition for like this is what Muay Thai has to offer, you know what I mean. So like the movie is just sort of an excuse to be like progress through the levels of like Muay Thai and like demonstrate how you would use it and stuff. So yeah, it was cool that Bruce Lee, they did that scene in Enter the Dragon where they're demonstrating, because he starts out with he takes the weapons from people first. Like people are coming at him with weapons. Yeah. He gradually like just takes them from someone.
So it's like a defense offense of both.
Yeah. So it's every like weapon this is how you would disarm someone that has like a fucking bow staff or something, you know what I mean? And then he's like, this is how you beat the shit out of like 10 people with a bow staff. And then he's like, I actually like the fucking eskrima sticks. So you know, like
what the fuck are those?
They're like police batons, something like that. Yeah.
Is it 2 of them?
Yeah, eskrima sticks. I can't believe I remember that. And
you fucking because you're a martial arts dork, dude. You went to a McDojo for a minute. Yeah, of course you know.
Yeah, dude. I was like taught that the guy who was teaching us could like kick a grown man like across an entire room and like through the wall and stuff like that.
And you see it depicted in movies, and so you were like, shit, is that real?
and like his master could like levitate and shit.
The levitation I
Master
love,
Leaf.
Master Leaf.
Master Leaf. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're all kind of they're very like lineage oriented still, right? They're always like my master.
Yeah, they're like who taught you?
Yeah,
you have 100 head of cattle.
In jiu-jitsu, I'm finding is still kind of an important thing. Some people are kind of rejecting it. I think the whole like 10th planet thing, they still all love Eddie Bravo, but I think a lot of those guys are just like, fuck jiu-jitsu, you can just do it how you want to, and they don't subscribe to a lot of that shit. But that's funny that's
Who's your
like,
master?
very much still a fucking thing in
Yeah.
shitty McDojos, but also in like legitimate some martial arts.
Yeah, dude. My dad for a while was like, he was going to this place, this acupuncturist, like chi flow
Oh,
martial
nice.
artist, this guy named Tao Tan. And yeah, my dad was like, he straight up can communicate with his ancestors because he's open.
He knows karate so good he could talk to ghosts.
Because my dad all the time he'd be like, look, there's this place, this soft part on the top of your head that like babies have, and gradually as you grow up it hardens and comes together, but if you do exercises for a while you can get it to soften up and open back up, and this allows
So it's like your third eye's on the crown of your head.
like this allows your third eye to communicate spiritually with like the other forces out there, and you can communicate with your ancestors.
I dig that.
and
I'm gonna
see
try and
things.
soften my fucking dome, dude.
Soften your dome.
I'm gonna get a baby dome again.
A baby dome.
I'm gonna have just a fucking infant skull.
And he's like, so we're doing it all the time. He's like, yeah, we're always just rubbing the top of our head right here and like sort of massaging and loosening that up so that because you can get it to reverse the process and become more in tune.
Is this as he's into these type of things? Was your dad simultaneously religious, or
No.
did they kind of ebb and flow at different times?
He was not particularly religious at this time. No.
Okay,
No.
interesting. So he just filled that void where he was like, maybe I can't open my third eye with something else.
Yeah, he needs deeply to believe in something, you know.
As well, you know, a lot of people do.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, he can't even fathom he can't fathom a world in which there is nothing going on other than what you see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like there's got to be something. But
anyways, Eskrima sticks. What Bruce Lee next in that scene from Enter the Dragon?
oh yeah,
What is
Eskrima
he?
sticks.
Because he does end up with nunchucks at some point.
It's after the Eskrima sticks.
Okay.
He allows a guy to like try to hit him, and he lets it hook around his Eskrima stick, and then he just uses the other stick to fucking knock him over the head. And then he just like takes the nunchucks off of this other stick and throws a stick away. And then he does like a little routine, you know what I mean, to like demonstrate his prowess. Because you don't
and get fucking pumped for the next set of dudes he's about to knock out.
Because he was like, you know, he was a lean 115 pounds or whatever. So, you know, he's like,
He must have been a tiny little guy, dude.
I don't actually know how much he weighed, but he was a little guy. And
He looks shredded though.
well, yeah, dude, yeah, for sure.
I think someone posted his daily workout somewhere.
He definitely. I mean, his core was shredded, for sure. I mean, I don't think that happens just from. You know, I mean, he probably worked out a lot, so he does the nunchuck routine, beats the shit out of those guys with that. I think it ends with the nunchucks. That's like, you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's kind of the highlight of that whole thing. I think is the nunchuck scene. And it's cool because he does he holds on to him during that scene. That was what I thought was funny, that he was like,
he hangs him around his
ooh,
neck.
I like that. Yeah, so he'll like hang him around his neck
because he gets caught right after that. He gets caught by the bad guy in like this metal elevator thing, and he can't get out, and so he just like sits down, meditates, and puts the nunchucks around his neck. It's pretty cool. But that scene is sick too, because like you pointed out when we were watching it, it like doesn't attempt to capture everything that's going on, which movies now still do that. You know what I mean? They try to like zoom out enough that you like see. It's like very artsy the way they did it, because they'll just focus like on his face kind of partially, and then like he's doing movement, and people kind of come into the frame
like
and
out of frame.
Yeah,
people are getting fucked up by something he's doing, but it's
You
very
see the
artfully kind
sound.
of more focused.
Yeah,
That is wild and very cool, I think, to do it like that. And probably easier to choreograph, and like you can't show like every strike unless you're gonna sit there and just practice these fucking scenes over and over.
So iconic too, and it like the mystique, the scenes like that created the mystique around Bruce Lee. You know what I mean?
That kind of speaks to him in his credit, not just as a martial artist, but as an actor, dude.
Yeah.
To be doing that, and everyone is like, he's fucking up a bunch of dudes with nunchucks, but you're like not even seeing every strike or anything. Like it's.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's what he was an actor. He was a good actor, you know. Like,
and that's not an angle you hear a lot. You always hear like, one of the best martial artists of all time.
Yeah, it's like
But it's just like, well, he's on camera, and that's how you know of him.
that's like saying Clint Eastwood was one of the best gunfighters of all time.
Yeah,
like-
that would be crazy if Clint Eastwood actually shot every single person in
Yeah.
his movies. Yeah, that
It's
he was
like no,
shooting
Clint Eastwood was the fastest person with a 45 caliber
on
revolver.
this side of the Mississippi,
Yeah.
dude. Fastest in the West.
It's like, are you fucking kidding me? He's an actor. You believe that shit happened?